Well, here's a update on my Autosleeper Symbol that I've been messing around with the last few months. It's not perfect, but I've tried to make it a little less standard. I've got those new reflective lights. This is the facelifted one, but the lights have gone all yellow and cracked, so they're leaking, so got those in there. Got little reflectors where the fog lights would be, not perfect. Maybe fogs would be better, but that's a lot cheaper. I've just added a solar panel to the front there. It's not optimal, so the roof would be better, but the roof is very busy with other with roof lights and things, so it's pretty well the only place it can go. It's a bit of a bugger to fit, and a hard to get to area, and it's a bit sort of bows in the middle a bit, but hopefully it should be alright. There's nothing. I had to remove the aerial, but it's useless anyway, so it's just got internal one now. On the inside, I'm going to hide these cables. These cables go up from the leisure battery that's under there, and additional leisure battery, not leather, that sits under there. So I've got two of those in parallel. The fan had failed, so it needed a new resistor. So that's all working well. Got a new radio, and that works from the aerials just on there perfectly well. So I don't need that external aerial. I've covered it in this furry felt stuff up to this point, rather than the green and tartany sort of thing, and the this sort of colour all over it. I'm considering whether to cover the whole van in grey felt, but that may come a bit later. But at the moment, it's just this front section and around the cupboard. I've also added a couple of spotlights and some USB fast chargers there and there. It's also got this, and this model, the symbol, you can see where it comes up to here. This whole unit sat about 6 inches further here, so it came up to here. This whole unit, and that's why there's these little gaps here where it sat up to. But I found they just added a little sort of spacer that went across there. So if you remove that spacer, you can unscrew it and put it so it sits in its sort of normal position where it mates up nicely with the roof. And rather than bang, when it was here, you bang your head every time you come in. Now it's a little bit more room. It's still a spacious space, so you can get your sleeping bags and whatever. It's plenty big enough, and also for these seats. And in the side there, I've got the solar controller, and the cabling. Yeah, so it goes down to the batteries. I know I've got it set at the moment when it's in this sort of space here. I find this here sort of L shape, using all the cushions. Going all the way around here, with the most comfortable bits. It seems to be sitting in that corner there. I've added a couple of sort of supports there to hold these cushions. That's where they're meant to go, but when you sit on them so that you can support, they don't fall forwards and things like that, and they fold back when not in use. I'm thinking about this chair, what to do with the other option is seeing if there's any way that you can slightly cut down the support that the seat sits on, so it sits a bit lower, so then the front cushion can act as part of the bed, so you've got a lot longer bed. At the moment it's too high, the base cushion, so if it's possible to lower it and it's still being okay as a seat, that would be quite handy, but I've yet to do that. Also, there's I put a little 19-inch digital smart TV in there. I did replace the aerial on the roof, but it actually works a lot better with one of these little digital indoor aerials that you just stick on the outside or inside it. Seems to receive a signal much better with one of those than the roof one. I replaced the little chintzy mains light with this sort of digital one with 240 volt, the black thing here. Sorry, it only works on 2240, but you can change the colour and intensity. I've also changed the light that was there, the sort of chintzy golden thing that disintegrated, so it's now got a sort of dimming multi-colour LED one there instead. Also, what would normally be here is this, it's quite a classic thing for Autosleepers, is a sort of box where where it would fold out, so you allowed you to put an old sort of cathode ray portable TV there. I felt that was just useless really in this day and age, as the TV's up there. So I removed the box and put these sockets flush in the walls. They do go into the cupboard though, but I find that less of an issue than them sitting flush there. And I've also added a 12 volt sort of 12 volt car socket to plug things in as well. So you've got very optional the 12 volts and the more traditional car 12 volt and the main socket. Not having that box there also means that this seat sits much nicer, much more reclined, sort of as a seat. It's much more comfortable to sit in, because now this back, which would normally be folded down, can now sit upright like that there. Also, you can sort of slide it forward to make it even more comfortable if you want to push store one of these seat units in there. Though this cupboard with just my sleeping bag in there is big enough to hold two of these, so it's not such a problem really. I think that's about it for this so far. Mods in it. That's about it. I want to interest in anybody else has done anything to their Autosleeper to make it a little less chintzy. Should I cover it in fur, grey fur, everything, the roof, the walls, everything? I'm not sure. If you want your views on that side of things, please feedback.